Okay, hello everybody, welcome back to TìandTarot. So today's reading is all about healing a part of your life. So we're going to be getting into spells you can do just to heal certain areas of your life or try to start, building abundance, things like that. And yeah, we're also going to get into how to have like a more positive mindset. This is essentially all to do with healing and positivity. Any crystals you can use, so this is definitely going to help with your divination practice if you do indulge in that. So today's pick-up pile is a little bit different, so you can actually choose your pile based on the crystal on top as well as the type of spell or healing area you're kind of wanting to focus on at the minute. So I will get into your piles now. So this is pile 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So for pile 1, we have this green adventuring crystal. And then we also have healing spells. For pile 2, we have this amethyst crystal, which is actually, it's quite pale, it's very cute, I like it. And then we also have money spells. For pile 3, we have some moss agate. And we also have house spells. For pile 4, we have some yellow jade. And we have moon spells. For pile 5, we have some leopard print jasper. And we have love spells. For pile 6, we have some pink agate, which has been sliced. And then we also have everyday spells. And then lastly, for pile 7, we have magnesite, blue, obsidian. And then we also have altar spells. If you feel drawn to more than one pile, that's absolutely fine. If anything, that helps to tailor your reading specifically to you. So feel free to pick more than one pile, especially if you want to heal multiple areas of your life. So if you want to heal, your areas to do with the home or areas to do with money, you could pick both. Whatever you feel is best. And once you have picked your pile, there will be timestamps in the description box below where you can find your pile more easily, and I will meet you there. Bye. Okay, hello pile 1, welcome to your reading. So you chose healing spells in general. So this can heal any aspect of your life. This spell is a mystery to me, so let's work this out together. What spell should pile 1 work on? You actually have 2. Okay, this is cute, this is cute. So you have a purification ritual. So I will hold this up here so you can read all of it, but I'm just going to kind of skim read it. Okay, so I've just skim read this ritual, and my only suggestion is that it says here to, light some candles, rub some salts on you that are, sea salts, specifically for your body, onto you with a loofah. My only qualm with this is that it says do this vigorously. Do not do this vigorously. Please be gentle with yourself. And it says to do this during the waning moon at midnight. So this should help to kind of like purify your life and, kind of heal you in a really like sweet way, I think. So that's your first spell. Your second spell is Dream Mist Potion. So this is kind of a recipe to essentially have a little spray to help you have a good night's sleep, to keep on your pillows and things like that. My only suggestion is make sure that maybe avoid the pillows, you know, maybe spray the mattress but not the pillow because you don't want it going in your eye. So yeah, these are your 2 rituals for healing your life. So this kind of gives me a little bit of an indication that maybe you're having trouble specifically with sleep and things like that, and maybe also trouble feeling comfortable in your skin. So you're kind of looking to have a lot more self-care because maybe you've kind of been lacking that recently. So this is kind of giving me an indication on how to try and like heal those areas of your life. So I just wanted to pull some cards, some tarot cards, to see how pile 1 could heal their life with regards to these potions. Thank you. Okay. So you have the Page of Summer and the Page of Autumn. Wow. And you also have the Queen of Summer. Yeah, you like these potions, these spells, these rituals, they're really going to help you step into your element. They're really going to help you like step into your power. I feel like you guys are really looking to level up, and that's kind of why these 2 have come out for you. The fact that you've got, you know, a potion or a mist, you know, perfume, and, you know, these nice smelling bath salts. Like, you're very much trying to have this like glow up of this like summery, breezy person who smells good, looks good, feels good. And I really feel that coming through for you guys. I see that happening. You know, you're someone who's going to really start enjoying life, smelling the roses. I think this is like a period of so much self-reflection. You kind of almost not necessarily go into a hermit mode, but you very much focus on yourself. You know, you pull away from the drama, you pull away from toxic people, and you start genuinely just trying to listen to the silence, listen to what your intuition is telling you, and you try to really like focus on yourself and what you need, what your needs are at this time. And that's really good for you. That's really what you need to do, is focus on the things that are going to make you feel better. In spending this time alone with yourself, you almost recognize more easily where other people are coming from when they do certain things or say certain things. I think when we have a really deep understanding of ourselves and who we are, you can actually see other people more clearly for who they are as well. And I think you're just letting the toxic people go. You're going to be so much more nurturing towards yourself. You're going to get really sensitive in the sense of you're really aware of your surroundings, the people around you, your needs, what you enjoy, what you don't enjoy. Like, you're going to become really in tune and insightful. And I think these rituals will really help with that as well. I think this is like the perfect time to get really vulnerable and honest with yourself. Start being honest about, you know, the good and the bad, the things that, you know, you want to work on, the things that you do really well. Don't sugarcoat anything, but also don't, you know, undersell yourself, you know? Like, be upfront and honest about the good and the bad. Don't try and make one seem worse or better than the other. Just start really analysing and evaluating yourself internally and things like that, and things will just start falling into place when you start to understand who you are and you have a secure sense of self. Things just start to become so much clearer. Decisions become easier, situations become easier to figure out. It just starts to all kind of work out. I think this is like a really good time to concentrate on things that are going to help you discover yourself. So don't focus on things that are maybe put in front of you to shape you into a person that you're not. Focus on the things that really make you feel like you are finally fulfilling your true purpose in life. Okay, and I also wanted to pull a crystal card. This is to kind of see what crystals you need to be surrounding yourself with at this time to kind of bring in these changes. And it's also going to be helpful because it's got like a little saying at the top. So this is kind of the mentality you need to kind of repeat to yourself to kind of invite these things in. So you have green adventuring. That is the crystal you need to be surrounding yourself with. So your intuition is already really on point just for the fact that you picked this pile. And this is about healing, abundance, and growth. This is about the throat chakra, the third eye, and the crown. So very much becoming more intuitive, but also becoming more enlightened because you're having better communication and you're using your voice more, you're standing up for yourself, speaking your truth, and being who you are. We have Taurus energy, so you might be up leveling in terms of like possessions and things, like material things. And your saying is, I find wisdom and maturity through spiritual growth. So you might be really into divination at the minute. So I do see here that that's really interesting. You might be very spiritual. That could be, one of the reasons why you were so in tune with this pile. Okay, and then I wanted to pull another card for you. And this is just, again, another mindset for you to kind of consider during this time, especially if you want to invite in this kind of healing. How lovely the silence of growing things. You know what? I was literally thinking exactly of this card when I was thinking about your pile. So this essentially means, the word silence is very important here, because that silence, basically what that represents is you pulling away from toxicity, you pulling away from bad situations, negative people, focusing on yourself, focus on your own growth, and focus on you. So this is very much focusing on who you are and growing as a person, and forgetting about, negative people or situations that may have been holding you back. And then I also wanted to pull a candle for you. So intuitively, I'm going to pick a candle, and the color of that candle could be the color of candles you kind of need to work with at the minute, because of the specific properties that they bring in. I'm really torn for your pile between which candle to choose, but I think I'm going to choose this one. So I've picked the yellow candle for you. And the yellow candle is all about being so much more confident, concentrating on yourself, and being really imaginative and creative. So maybe with this kind of potion here, with creating a perfume, that's so creative, and it can really help you to focus on yourself as well. So that's kind of the candle I'm feeling for you. So maybe if you're looking to do candle divination, candle spell work, then those are kind of the colours you should focus on. I was actually also feeling a second candle for you, so I'm also going to put that down. But I was also feeling orange for this pile. So orange is about kind of charging your intellect. It's about focusing on your mind, and by basically focusing on yourself, figuring out who you are as a person, you improve your mindset and your mentality because you feel more secure in who you are. So you're harder to manipulate, if that makes sense. You're harder for someone to get through. If you have such a strong sense of self, you're really unbreakable, undefeatable. And it's also about you sort of encouraging yourself to go after what you want and having the energy and the vitality to do that. So those are kind of the things that I'm feeling for you. I hope you enjoyed this reading, pile 1. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you felt drawn to any other piles, please feel free to check those out now. If not, I do hope to see you here next week on Fridays for another reading on TìandTarot. Bye. Okay, hello pile 2, welcome to your reading. So this is all about how you can heal your life, specifically monetarily. So you chose the amethyst. I always want to call it lavender, I have no idea why. Okay, so let's get into what money spell would be good for you at this moment. Oh, okay, so you got Prosperity Altar. So I'm going to hold this up so that you can actually pause the video and read it in your leisure time. So this is really interesting. So this kind of spell is encouraging you to give back to, spirit, in a sense, to kind of invite this material abundance. So to kind of decorate your altar with things to kind of encourage a return. So things like flowers and jade and crystals and candles and coin-shaped pebbles, just to make your intention clear. However, I feel like if some of you don't have an altar, you might actually want a slightly different spell. So I will pull one more spell for those of you who maybe don't have an altar. Oh my gosh. Okay, so you got the Ring of Power. So again, I'll hold this one up so you can actually read that. That one's really nice because I feel like at the end of the day, no matter which ring you kind of choose to wear and speak to, everyone's got a ring, you know, so everyone can get involved in that spell. So that's a really nice one as well. And for those of you who are very advanced in your divination and have altars, then, you know, you can give a go to both. I wanted to pull some cards to find out how you can start healing your money, healing your prosperity, healing your finances, bringing in that material wealth, that material growth. Okay, so you have the Nine of Summer. How can pile 2 invite in financial abundance and success? How can pile 2 heal this area of their life? Okay, that's interesting. Okay, so the fact that we have the 2 of Spring here in reverse makes me feel like you have kind of like maybe two avenues of like financial income, or if you don't have 2 avenues of financial income, you should try to get 2 avenues. You should try and work on that. So you know, for example, having a main job and then having a side hustle, you know, do what works well for you. I'm not recommending that you get like 2 jobs and, you know, grind yourself into the ground. Like, I feel like what the cards are kind of suggesting is that you have something on the side a little bit more, something you're able to kind of do in your spare time so that you're not worn out after, you know, a week of working and doing this side hustle. So it could be like writing a book, which you do on the weekends, and then eventually once that book is finished and you publish it, then, you know, it can kind of bring in that financial success. But, you know, it's not like telling you to overdo it. But I feel like that, you know, working on a project, a side project alongside your career job could be really good for you. I also feel like working on a project with somebody else, so not necessarily just depending on your own ideas for financial abundance, but working with somebody who's like-minded, who also wants the same things as you, and working on a project together where you guys can build that financial growth together. Yeah, with the Divine card, I'm very much feeling like there is some sort of everyday routine that would really help in this kind of area of your life. So maybe, you know, with the ring, repeating that kind of chant with the ring every day, you know, morning and night, kind of doing that to kind of manifest what you want. Because this feels like, especially with the, you know, her eyes being closed, she's in this like blissful moment. It reminds me of when like I do yoga. So it reminds me of like doing a daily sort of practice that kind of reinforces this goal of yours. And this also heavily implies that working with your spirituality could also help in this area. And you need to look at things more like clearly for what they are. So you need to like, I think having like a clear mind, sitting silently and thinking like, what do I want to do? How could I do that? And actually sitting down and thinking about it. Because a lot of the times our mind is just running really fast and kind of on autopilot, and so some of our ideas are not the best, but if we actually sit there and think about it for a minute, that's when the good stuff starts coming in, you know. So this is kind of asking you to kind of be in that meditative state and think about how to improve your abundance in a very realistic way. And then you also have the 4 of Summer, so I feel like making time for yourself is like super important right now. Yeah, start, you know, investing in your hobbies, maybe meditate, create things. You could work on something very mindfully as a side hustle and not overdo it, but I feel like you might have a tendency to overdo it. And these cards are basically telling you, don't overdo it, take time for yourself. And also, if you invest time in your hobbies, you might actually find, you know, hey, I really enjoy this and maybe I could do something with this, and it could give you ideas for prosperity. So, you know, just, you know, take the time you need to figure out who you are and work on yourself. Okay, and I wanted to pull a crystal card to basically see what crystals you could work with as a divination tool in your kind of spiritual practice. Okay. You got 2 cards. And also they have like, oh, you got 3. You also have this like little saying up here that could be a really good mindset to maintain during this time. So you have smoky quartz, rhodochrosite and rose quartz. So you have, I am filled with loving compassion for myself and others. My spirit grows as I treat myself and others with loving compassion. I am clear, grounded, and determined to manifest my dreams. So this removes negativity. It's great for grounding and transformation, detoxifying, and it's to do with the root and sacral chakra. Rhodochrosite is all about compassion, deep love, comfort, and it's the heart chakra. And then with rose quartz, again, we have the heart and the higher heart chakra, and it's all to do with love, compassion, and self-esteem. Very much with the divine as well. I feel like you've got to work on loving yourself. You've got to be so much kinder to yourself, so much more patient, and not kind of, overwork yourself too hard for this kind of endeavor. There are simple, smaller, easier ways to get things. Unfortunately, hard work doesn't always equate to an equal reward. I think a lot of the fact that a lot of jobs in society are like heavily underpaid for what they do is kind of proof of that. So, try to find ways to make money in a way that isn't going to detriment you in any kind of way or affect you too negatively. Like, don't, take on 3 jobs and work every hour of every day. Like, try and, achieve it in a way that is a lot more kind to yourself. And again, I also wanted to see maybe another mindset that you could approach this situation with. To plant a garden is to believe in tomorrow. So that's kind of the mindset you're being urged to have right now, is to kind of nurture things slowly and take your time, trust that it will come to fruition. And stop trying to rush to the end, and try to be patient both with yourself and the process of things. And also something I am doing is picking a candle for you, so that if you would like to do any candle spell work in your divination practice, I'm going to intuitively pick a colour that I think would suit this pile in your kind of reading and kind of let you know what that's about. So I'm actually feeling dark green, light green, and yellow and brown. The reason I say and yellow and brown is because I think these 3 are like very good together for money. So these colours, so first of all, with the dark green, that's all about your prosperity, increasing your finances and your ambition. So this one would be really good for what you want at the moment. But as a secondary thing, what I also feel would be really important for you is sort of attracting in your kind of prosperity, abundance, success, and luck. Like, an element of this is luck. And then also with yellow, this is about like creativity and confidence and focus and concentration. So I'm hoping you'll invest in your hobbies and, really focus on your creativity, because that also might be fruitful, but it's more important to try and get you to enjoy time with yourself again. And then with dark brown, this is all about like security and being grounded and being able to, endure, being really like strong. That was your reading part 2. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you felt drawn to any other piles, please feel free to check those out now. If not, I do hope to see you here next week on TìandTarot for another reading on Fridays. Bye. Okay, hello pile 3. Welcome to your reading. All about how you can start healing your life, and you chose house spells. So I feel like potentially the issues you're facing are to do with the home. It's domestic issues. It could be, like maybe you're living in a group dynamic, shared housing, and you're finding it tough. It could be like family situations. So let's get into spells that can help with this situation for you at this time. Okay, so you have Banishing Broom spell. I'm gonna actually hold it up so you can pause the video and read this. So this is all about sprinkling, a little salt out on your doorstep to kind of banish negative energy, which I think is really cute. It's something everyone can kind of get involved in. And I'm gonna pull a second spell just to give you guys some, variety. Okay, so you have housewarming spell. This is really nice. So this again is about keeping your house protected and safe, especially if you've just moved somewhere. So for some of you, you might have actually just moved in somewhere recently. So that's a really nice one as well. Okay, so let's get into your tarot cards. How can pile 3 heal this area of their life? Heal their home life, their domestic situation. Felt that one. Okay, so you have the 7 of Summer in reverse. You have the 10 of Spring in reverse, and you also have the Crow, which is interesting. I feel like with the Crow, I feel like you might need like a bit of guidance, like someone to help actually guide you through the situation. You might need secondary help in this situation. But with the Crow, I do feel more of a spiritual guide, just because, you know, crows are like the messengers of death and things like that. So they're considered like an animal that's between worlds, between like life and death. So this definitely could be a spirit guide who's like helping you to kind of improve your home situation. Like they're going to help you go in the right direction to doing that. So with the 7 of Summer, you're very much being told to journal a lot, do a lot of spell work, and start manifesting the things that your wildest dreams. Don't really be held back by the limitations of reality, because this card is telling you to just let your imagination run free, run wild with, you know, your best home situation. What would your perfect house be? What would it look like? It's kind of telling you to like go for it and not really worry too much, because you don't have to. It's best to just enjoy the thoughts and let them run wild, because it will help to actually manifest this situation, and also to like invest in a lot of spell work, journaling, and things like that. And then this card here is kind of letting me know that you should probably spend some like sort of quiet meditative time to focus on the things that you do actually want to improve in your home situation, because I feel like you're a very busy person. You busy yourself with things. You're like, oh, I gotta hoover that and wash this and clean that, but in doing that you are actually distracting yourself from other things, and this other thing is just sitting with yourself, having that quiet time, that space to think, enjoying the home you're in. Like you're busying yourself to fix the home as much as possible because you don't like the way it is, or there's like a void within you that's not being fulfilled, and so you're trying to ignore it by busying yourself. But this is kind of saying, take a look around and reflect and sit there and think, okay, what could I really not stand, and what could I actually learn to enjoy about my situation? Like it's asking you to kind of be very thoughtful and contemplate what it is that you really actually are looking for, and then to journal that to manifest it. And then you're also kind of getting the spiritual guidance as well. Okay, so let's get into a crystal card. So this is going to kind of show us what crystal would be good to kind of like surround yourself with at this time. Especially if you like to do like divination and crystal work and things like that. This is going to tell you which one is good for you. But it also has like a little saying at the top that could be a really healthy mindset for you to have right now. So you have Labradorite. I welcome transformation into my life. Yeah, so you're definitely manifesting. This is all about strength, transformation, and intuition. Third eye and crown. So this is very much manifestation. So you're very much being encouraged to think about your ideal. If you want to move out, start thinking about like hanging those wreaths. You know, if you can't hang a wreath because, you know, you maybe don't have a house yet, or it's not 100% just yours, this is kind of telling you to think about it. Think about how you could actually, you know, manifest these things. Think about your perfect house, and then that will hopefully start getting, you know, the cogs turning. I also wanted one more sort of like mindset card for you. Okay, so your card says, wherever life plants, you bloom with grace. So this is letting you know, even if you don't have the perfect house that, you know, you really want, like, it doesn't matter what situation you're in. You are all you need. Like, you are kind of your own home. You are perfect and you shine no matter what environment you're in. So especially if you're feeling insecure, potentially about being judged for, like, a living situation, which, like, you should never, ever feel that way. But if you do feel that way, this is, like, reassurance that, like, that's very much in your mind and no one else is thinking those things. And if they do think those things, then they're just not somebody worth talking to. So they kind of, you know, outed themselves in that sense to being, like, a bad person. You know, the trash took itself out. This is kind of letting you know that you are enough as you are. Okay, and something else that I wanted to do was with the other piles, I've been choosing a coloured candle to basically try to help you with your divination. If you really like candle work and spell work along with these, especially since there was a candle in this spell, then I'm basically going to choose a candle intuitively that I feel would suit you and your needs right now. And I have chosen the white candle. So this is like a colour of candle I think you should be working with more often. And the white candle, essentially, it represents kind of enlightenment and this kind of, like, pure energy, this purification, which I really feel from you. I feel like a pure energy from you. And it's also about protection and cleansing, because I feel like with house spells, you do need a lot of protection, and it, you know, you kind of need to clear out that negative energy. If there's someone you're living with who's bringing a negative energy, you just got to clear it out, you know, with hopefully in an effective way. And maybe, who knows, lighting a white candle and hoping that, you know, the toxicity of your house goes away, within your household goes away. Hopefully that will actually bring some results in for you. Okay, so that was your reading, pile 3. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. And if you felt drawn to any other piles, please feel free to check those out now. If not, I hope to see you here next week on Fridays for another reading on TìandTarot. Bye. Okay, hello pile 4, welcome to your reading. So you chose the yellow jade and you picked moon spells, which kind of makes me feel like you guys are looking to be more in tune with the earth and be a bit more grounded. Okay. I felt 3 for you. So let's get into these. So I'm going to hold them up to the camera so you can pause the video and read it if you like, and, you know, save it for later, screenshot it. So this is a really giving spell, especially, like, in terms of giving back to the moon, so that's really lovely. Let's see spell number 2. Oh, that one's so lovely. It's so grounding and, like, down to earth. I like that spell. Okay, and then this is your last one. Lucky Seed spell. Okay, that's really interesting. I think that one was, like, my favourite out of all of these. Actually, I don't know, because they were all good. The thing is, I wanted to give you guys a few spells to choose from, because this one requires, you know, a whole group of people, whereas these two you could very much do on your own, if you so wish to. So that's really lovely. And I feel like what I'm kind of getting is that you're hoping to just draw the power and the energy and the goodness that the moon has into your life, which is really nice, because that is such a strong, like, powerful energy source. So it's well worth doing magic around that. Okay, so let's get into how pile 4 could heal their life. Ooh, okay. Interesting. Okay, we have the 7 of Spring. I feel like you guys just have a very versatile result, because you've picked moon magic. It's kind of healing lots of different areas of your life, because it is just such, like, a powerful one. What I'm kind of getting from these cards is that usually, like, the Lovers comes with a slightly negative connotation, but because it's in reverse, I'm not feeling that. I'm definitely feeling positive vibes. So I'm feeling like love might be, you know, on the cards for you, especially when you do this kind of moon magic. It just ends up inviting so much prosperity, luck, goodness, so much power and happiness, that it just ends up sort of like making you this like beacon of light that attracts in love. And that could be any type of love, but because this is the lovers, I do feel like it's a romantic love. It could be the partner you're with, or it could be someone, if you're single, it could be someone new coming in for you. But I definitely feel that coming in, and that's maybe something that's going to actually help to heal your life in a certain way, like is having that kind of, in doing these spells, that can kind of heal this area of your life. And then I also see with the King of Summer, like very clearly, like somebody is coming in for you. But also with the King of Summer, it's very much about you as well being the loving person. So you need to bring the love if you want the love back, which is very much what these two spells are about. It's like give to receive. Like you provide offerings, and that helps you to receive. You provide, you know, some petals and things to sort of like help, you know, first you get to do a spell, but then also it's good compost for the garden that you lay it on later. So it's about giving to receive. So I feel like this is you kind of giving out that good positive vibe, which then brings that back in for you. I feel like the way to kind of heal your life at the minute and heal these sort of areas of your life is to definitely like do some exploring, go on adventures, go outside, go travel, have fun, you know, escape the mundane things of life and kind of try and enjoy yourself. Gain inspiration from new sources, you know, especially if you're a creative person and you're looking for like book inspiration, or you know you're looking for inspiration for your artwork. Try reading things you wouldn't typically read, or going sightseeing to kind of revive that kind of inspiration within you. And definitely do some like inner growing, inner healing, because that's going to help to invite in all this goodness as well. Like if you're craving a new environment, like if you're just like, God, I've been in my house all week, this is where, go out and do something, you know, because it, you know, that's your intuition telling you you need to escape from this, you need to get back in, out into nature, you need to look at the moon, you know. Like don't postpone the things that are there for you, don't postpone the good things. You could put it off, but what would be the point in that, you know? Go out and have fun and enjoy yourself, which is very much like yellow jade energy. Okay, and I also wanted to pull a crystal card. So this, if you like to work with crystals, this is just going to let you know what crystal would be really good to have around you at this time to heal these areas of your life. And also it comes with like a little saying at the top, which could be a really healthy mindset for you to get in to at the minute. So you have bronzite. I send out loving, thoughtful energy and I receive the same in return. Exactly what I said. Protective, grounding, harmony, courage. So that's what this stone is good for. It covers all the chakras and it has Leo energy. I definitely see good positive vibes coming back to you, like good karma from your own good deeds. And then this is also another card to see what kind of mindset you should have, especially when performing these spells and kind of approaching day-to-day activities while you're on this kind of healing journey. Okay, so you have whatever life plants, you bloom with grace. So again, I think the last pile had this actually, but this is about you just being an amazing person who, it doesn't matter what circumstance you're in or where you are or who you're with, you always stand out. You're always an amazing person. You have everything you need with you where you are currently. And you know, even though it's great to kind of ask for these things and try and receive them, this is also letting you know that you're awesome anyway. Like you kind of are already this like beacon of good light and good karma. Obviously improving and working on it is great, but this is just confirmation and reassurance that, you know, you don't need anything more than what you are. You're a very inspiring person. And then something I've been doing with the piles is choosing a coloured candle that I feel intuitively suits this pile. I would advise you use this colour for your spell work at this time because I think it will bring in exactly what you need. But I'm really just feeling yellow energy for you, and I'm also feeling light green energy. So these are the two like coloured candles I would suggest you use in your divination. So yellow is like all about creativity and confidence, which I feel like being that beacon of light, you do need that confidence, and you do need to get inspired by new experiences and travel and get more creative. And it will also help with your imagination as well as your concentration. And then with light green, this is about your luck and success as well as your prosperity and abundance. So if you start using those candles, those are kind of the themes that we'll cover. Okay, so that was your reading, pile 4. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you felt drawn to any other piles, please feel free to check those out now. If not, I do hope to see you here next week on Fridays for another reading on TìandTarot. Bye. Okay, hello pile 5. Welcome to your reading. So you chose the leopard print jasper, and you picked love spells. So let's get into what love spells you can use right now to heal your love life. Heal your love life. Okay. Oh, okay. So I'm going to hold this up here so you can pause the video, screenshot it, use it for later. But this is essentially a breakup ritual. Okay. And then let's get another card for you, because I like to give people options, you know, a bit of variety. Okay. So you have grow your own earthly delights. I'm actually going to pull one more for you just because both of those pertain to a specific situation. Okay, interesting. So I think out of those, I really like the grow your own earthly delights, because that can work for anything, and also it gives you like a point of focus, and it's like just a really nice fun thing to like get back out into nature and, you know, take care of plants, take care of nature, and, you know, have that kind of peaceful time to yourself. I think that's really lovely. And for those of you going through a breakup, I think this is amazing, because it really helps you to just forget about that person and move on from the negatives that come with a breakup, you know, the sadness, the tiredness. Like, it's about you pushing through and coming out the other end healed, you know? How can pile 5 heal from this situation? Okay. Okay. I think we've had like the 7 and 8 of springs like quite a few times, but you've got the 8 of spring in reverse, you also have the queen of spring in reverse, and you have the 2 of winter. With the 2 of winter, I feel like if you had been in a relationship, and let's say you've broken up, maybe you guys had really like specific financial regimes, and this is kind of letting you know it's a reminder that like you're broken up now, buy what you want, like go out and treat yourself. And don't, because I feel like you're still in that mindset of like, oh no, I've got to like put this aside for that person and make sure that I've got money for us to do this and this, but you don't need to do that anymore. So now you kind of have this like free money to go do stuff. So, you know, go do stuff. Like, change is coming, and I think this is a reminder. So it's like, yeah, the winter can feel really cold and unsettling, and you're like, no, I just want the summer back. But this is a reminder that, you know, spring's coming up. You know, you're gonna get it back. You're gonna get the good times back, but just in a completely different way. That's why these 2 cards are reversed. You're gonna get it back, but in a way where you have a new, positive, better outlook. But at the minute, it might feel kind of cold and not so great. But in the future, you're actually gonna get what you want. Even if you've not had a breakup and you're just feeling low about your love life, this is like a reminder that like your perspective will shift, especially with these rituals. So your perspective on love is actually changing for the better, and so when, you know, the good times come, they're all the more enjoyable. Also, this card sort of advises good spiritual practice and guidance around your home, so maybe you should check out the home pile as well. I think as well, this with the Queen of Spring, you're very much being encouraged to rebuild your confidence. Your confidence may be lost right now or maybe quite low, and it's telling you to build it back up and build back up your positive energy, because that is the thing that more than anything will bring in so much luck and abundance and success for you. Being confident is actually like the key to everything. So it will do a lot for you, even if you don't think it will, it definitely will. So the Queen of Spring here is a reminder that working on your confidence can definitely help to heal certain areas of your life. And you're also being asked to take action to make progress. Like if you want progress to happen in these areas, you have to do something about it. So for example, say there's someone you really like and you want to be with them and you're doing all this spell work, but you've not actually spoken to them or tried to get to know them. If you actually go up to them and speak to them, that could really get things going and kind of make that progress. So yeah, I think this is kind of a reminder to make that action. But the fact that it's in reverse has me kind of thinking, has me feeling like maybe you feel like progress isn't being made, but I also feel like someone is moving towards you potentially, especially if you're much more of a passive dater, that, you know, there are more active daters who will find you, you know? And even if this isn't romantic love, this is just a reminder that like friendships and things, they're all coming in for you. But it is about taking action, like putting yourself in situations where you can actually meet people. So like going outside, talking to people, things like that. Like don't spend, you know, all day cooped up inside. You need a lot more like energy. And I think having that energy and having like a healthy support system of good friends, good mental health, good habits, that will also make you have such more of like a clear understanding of what it is you want from relationships. You've definitely got to make sure your foundations are strong in every other aspect of your life before you actually move into this aspect, or else you're not going to be ready and your guides are not going to let you into that. Like you have to make sure that you are protected, grounded, stable, strong, and then this kind of love will open up for you. Okay, so I wanted to get into a crystal card so that if you guys want to work with crystals, this can kind of advise you on what crystals to use. Oh, okay. So you have golden tiger's eye. And this says, it has like a mantra at the top, and I feel like if you kind of have this mantra in your mind, especially when doing these spells or just for the time of head, it could also really help with this area of your life. So it says, I am filled with warmth, light, and the vitality of the sun. And this is to do with, you know, the sacral, solar plexus, and third eye chakra. And it's all about protection, creativity, courage, and feeling balanced as well. So what I'm kind of getting for you is that, you know, if you work with golden tiger's eye, that could really help you with your love life right now. But I also feel like you really need to be the sun that people come towards. You know, be the light the flowers grow towards, and people will just naturally come to you. Like you have to be this like full of energy, full of positivity, full of goodness, and this good love just like comes in. Even if it doesn't mean you're not doing that. I'm just saying it makes it easier for love to come in. And I also wanted to pull a card to see what other mantra pile 5 could kind of have at this time to help with their love life. My soul speaks in flowers. Okay, that's so interesting because you also have like flower rituals here. So I feel like this is where your soul's at. Like your soul is with this ritual here. Maybe you should definitely give that one a go. But I definitely feel like if you focus on growing things from the ground, from the root up, it will actually give you a lot of like purpose, focus, and attention, you know? I've also been picking a candle colour intuitively for each pile so that if you like to do candle work in your divination, you can go ahead and do that. And I'm actually feeling 3 candles for you. So I've picked brown, light green, and orange for you. And I feel like if you use these colours in your spell work, in your candle spell work, this could also help heal you in this area of your life. So these candles, firstly, the dark brown is all about being grounded, healing, and being really secure and being able to endure, you know, situations, you know. So being able to make it through this kind of cold, wintry time, you know, this kind of lonely time. That's what this brown candle is all about. And then with the light green, this is all about your luck, success, your prosperity, and your abundance as well. An abundance of love coming in for you. And then I also chose orange for you, which is about like encouragement and energy, because you definitely need energy with this card here to kind of bring in people to you and bringing that love to you. But it's also encouragement that, you know, you are enough. So don't stress too much. Don't feel too hung up about this situation. You know, remember your worth, basically, and remember that you deserve the best love. Don't settle for anything less. Okay, Pile 5, that was your reading all about how to heal this area of your life. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And if you felt drawn to any other piles, please feel free to check those out now. If not, I hope to see you here next week on TìandTarot for another reading. Bye. Okay, hello Pile 6, welcome to your reading all about how to heal your life. So you picked everyday spells. So this is just about healing, you know, your everyday kind of life. Any kind of aspect of life. So I'm going to pick a few spells for you guys, just so you've got some variety to choose from. Okay, so this is your first spell, and I'm going to hold it up to the camera so that you can screenshot, pause the video, and save it for later. But this is about opening up your third eye. And then let's pick, oh, you've got another one straight away, so I will hold that one up again. So you have elemental magic, earth. Those cards, those spells are just so lovely and well-rounded. I feel like they're really simple, like down-to-earth ways to actually heal certain areas of your life. So healing your like third eye and opening your third eye is very much about getting intuitive, getting connected to the internal as well as the spiritual, and then getting grounded with the earth is just kind of a reminder to remember the power that's around you, and it can also help you to receive that power as well. So that's really lovely. So let's get into your tarot cards about how you can actually heal these areas of your life. I love, oh, okay. I said I love and the Lovers card came out, so that one's for you. But I said I love how the Autumn card came out because I'm just getting such an autumn vibe from the spells and the crystal as well. Okay, one more card please. Thank you. Oh, you have the Sun card. Okay. So the way that you can kind of heal your life at the minute is basically with the Sun card, this is all about like success, happiness, abundance, celebration, family, friends. Like it's basically the exact definition of like completely fulfilled, well-rounded success. And it's about being that kind of warm light that the plants grow towards, you know. So it's like the way you can kind of heal your life is essentially to just be the kindest, most nurturing, sweetest, best version of yourself that brings in success and abundance. Like be the best version of yourself, essentially. And then with the Lovers here, I do feel like love is on its way to you, just because the Lovers card is in reverse as well, because usually when the Lovers card is upright, there can be like a slightly negative connotation depending on how you interpret it. Not always, but it depends. So the fact that it's in reverse, I just feel like love is coming in so strongly for you, and this is also like gonna be quite a healing aspect to your life. And then with like the Six of Autumn in reverse, I definitely feel like you need to like release something. I think moving on and releasing from like a situation will actually help to heal your life. I feel like you might be holding a grudge or holding on to some sort of trauma or past situation, but actually letting that go will help you transform and transition into like this best version of yourself. I feel like it's holding you back from these two things. You need to release like old relationships or situationships or dreams or things that just didn't work out and that are kind of weighing you down because of that. It could also be like you need to release an old way of thinking, maybe an old way of thinking about yourself. Maybe you can be quite like self-deprecating or not very confident, and this is kind of telling you to let go of that in order to heal. Give yourself like a really great balanced daily routine. Reward yourself for every achievement you make on a daily basis. This is about the everyday. So you definitely need to reward yourself for every effort you do each day to do something, like anything. It could be something so simple as like brushing your hair. Like congratulate yourself, okay? Hard work done. Achieved. You achieved something. Give yourself time to process your feelings. You know, be meditative, take time to yourself, to be with yourself. nurture yourself like a plant. Like, imagine you're trying to grow a plant from a seed. You would be so caring and kind and be like, let me make sure that the temperature is nice and warm so it can grow, and let me make sure it's always watered. This is how you've got to treat yourself right now, and that will help you to heal. Also, don't be afraid to be vulnerable with family and friends. Tell them how you feel. It will actually help more than you think. And then I also wanted to get a crystal card. This is basically if you like to work with crystals. This is going to suggest like a crystal that would be really good to have around you right now to heal your sort of everyday life. Oh, it came out straight away. Yellow jasper. Okay, so yeah, that's so beautiful. So that's the crystal you should have around yourself right now. And then also this is kind of like a mindset you can kind of adopt, especially while doing these spells, but also during this time to bring in this good energy. So I am sustained and supported during times of stress. I continue to feel a sense of tranquility and wholeness. This stone will help to detoxify and protect you, and also connect you to the earth. This is about the solar plexus as well. That's such a lovely energy, and I love all this like yellowy green energy and this like pinky energy because they just vibe. And then this is also another mindset that pile 6 could have when doing spells and things. Wherever life plants, you bloom with grace. So again, this is just telling you you're a graceful, like very like good karma person. Like good vibrations are coming towards you. You have everything you need where you are, and when people see that like stability, when life, when energy, whatever's around you recognizes that stability in the sense that you are so secure within yourself and so confident, if you step into that confidence, if you step into that light, life and energy and things around you will see that, and things will just be drawn to you. Again, like the flowers being drawn to the sun, you know? And something I've been doing for each pile is choose a color candle that I feel suits this pile. So I'm going to choose yellow and orange for you. And I feel like if you like to do candle work in your divination, these are probably 2 colors to start using in your practices, especially at this time, to kind of bring in this good energy. And actually I'm also feeling this light green. I just felt it, so we're also going to put that one in there. So yellow is all about building your confidence, and it's also about your creativity and your focus, your concentration. So I think that would be really helpful to you, especially if you're trying to work on building your confidence. Pale green is all about prosperity, your luck, success, like abundance, things like that. So if you want like an abundance of goodness, good energy, success, then light green is a good color to work with. And then we also have orange. And orange is all about like encouraging you. It's going to encourage you to go after what you want and being more like active. It gives you lots of energy, and it also helps with like your intellect and things like that to like recharge you, to give you like a fresh perspective and new outlook and things. Okay, so that was your reading, Pile 6. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, comment and subscribe, and if you felt drawn to any other piles, please feel free to check those out now. If not, I do hope to see you here next week on Fridays on TìandTarot for another reading. Bye. Okay, hello Pile 7. Welcome to your reading. You chose altar spells, so I feel like this is a very witchy pile. You guys might be really into divination and actually have a regular spiritual practice, especially to do with spell work. So I'm going to pull a few cards for you. Okay, they came out. Okay. So you have, as your first one, curative candle magic, and I'm going to hold this up to the camera so that you can screenshot, save it for later. And then your next spell is Rainfall Right. And then your last spell is Candle Centering Meditation Spell. This is really interesting because for every pile I've kind of been choosing a candle at the end. Like intuitively I've been choosing a specific color to kind of help people if they want to, you know, have a spell to go with. And you guys have like loads of candle spells. So maybe candle spells is what you guys are really into right now. But I definitely feel like you're looking for that inner healing, and that's kind of what I'm getting from this pile. So let's see how pile 7 can heal their life at the minute. I'm guessing it's also to do with spirituality. So you have the cliff and digitals, okay, and you also have the 8 of winter. You are on the precipice of finding your spirituality, of finding what it is that really meshes well with your practice. You're right on the cusp to it. It's just a matter of when, and these spells definitely help. So, you know, with during that time with finding your spirituality, so definitely, you know, if you want to give it a go, do. But I think this is also urging you to find a bit of balance in life. You're kind of teetering on the edge and finding it really difficult to find your footing, and this is kind of telling you to get a lot more harmonious with your lifestyle. Create like a really healthy dynamic and balance in your life of every task that you kind of do. So make sure you're doing, like, let's say your hobbies 25% of the time, your work 25% of the time, your self-care 25% of the time, and then your adventure 25% of the time. Like, very much make sure everything is balanced and you're well taken care of, so that way you can actually transform and it will invite that energy in. You're definitely being urged to nourish your body, take care of yourself, like make sure you're drinking plenty of water, eating well, making sure you're moving your body so that you don't get too stiff, you know, make sure you're stretching and things like that. You know, don't ignore the warning signs of like your body or your life telling you like you're tired and you want something new. Make sure you step in and take the initiative before that actually happens, to actually balance out your life and make sure you're well taken care of. Make sure you're not over investing in one area and then neglecting another. Make sure everything is very like well balanced. Okay. And then I also wanted to pull a crystal card. So the crystal that comes out will basically be the crystal that you're kind of being urged to keep around you at this time to help heal you and to work with in your divinations practice if that's what you wish to do. And then also it comes with like a little saying at the top, and I feel like that is going to be the mindset you're being encouraged to be in right now in order to heal your life. So pile 7, crystal card. Oh, I am loyal to myself and others. So that's what you need to remember. You've got garnet, so that would be nice to have around. And you have love, loyalty, commitment, passion, and hope. Root, heart, and sacral chakra. Okay, so I feel like that would be like a really good thing to keep in mind. Maybe you're trying to cultivate more love and connections with people, and garnet would be a great crystal for that. And then also for pile 7, another mindset to kind of have while performing these spells and just for the time being in general. How lovely the silence of growing things. So this is kind of telling you to be peaceful, take time to yourself, meditate, listen to that silence because there's important messages in there. Appreciate the journey of your personal growth. It can feel chaotic, it can feel like a whirlwind, but it's actually like a really beautiful process because you're going to come out of the other end this completely new person, this completely amazing, well-grown, luscious plant when you used to be a seed, and you're going to come out the other end and be like, wow, that was actually cool how that happened. So you need to like pay attention to the journey to actually like learn from that and grow and heal. Okay. And now I wanted to choose a candle for you, and I'm picking these 3. I'm feeling like if you work with green, white, and orange candles, this could be really good for you right now, especially dark green. So dark green is very much about your prosperity, increasing your finances, your ambition, you know, regenerating things within you, you know. And then with the white candle, this is about enlightening you. It's helping to protect you, to cleanse, to purify, which can really help with, you know, becoming a lot more grounded. And then with the orange candle, this is about encouragement. It's helping you to charge intellectually and become more energetically stimulated, so that you have this vitality for life and this vitality to kind of find this balance and take charge. So yeah, that is your reading, pile 7. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like, comment and subscribe. If you felt drawn to any other piles, please feel free to check those out now. If not, I hope to see you here next week on Fridays for another reading on TìandTarot. Bye.